This was the most tragic battle in the Star Wars universe. At that time, the Empire had developed the Death Star, a superweapon that could destroy the entire planet. The space station Empire took 19 years to build, and Galen, as a weapon research and development expert, was in charge of the Death Star project. But Imperial officer Orson killed Galen's wife, and successfully captured Galen's daughter Jones 15 years later. Combined forces come to rescue Jones. But Jones is used to being free and easy, unwilling to join any faction. In the end, Jones was rescued by Confederate forces. Then Andal of the Confederate Army took Jones to find Galen. When they came to the holy city of Jeddah, they happened to encounter the rebel army, attacking the Imperial army. Andal and Jones were also controlled by the army, but fortunately they were rescued by Trit.
Force is with me, and I am with the Force. And I fear nothing, for all this, as the Force wills it.
Trit is a blind man, but his senses are extremely keen. Moreover, his body is flexible, and his martial arts are also very strong. Soon, a team was easily knocked down by Trit. Immediately there came another group of soldiers.
You almost shot me.
You're welcome.
I have to say that Malbus was very ruthless when he came on stage. Although with the help of Malbus and Trit, they were still captured by the rebels. They were hooded and taken to meet.
Are you kidding me? I'm blind.
The rebel leader Saw Gerrera. Saw Gerrera is using Octopus to gather information from a prisoner's mind. It turns out that Galen designed a fatal flaw for the Death Star, but to find this flaw, you have to get the designed blueprint of the Death Star. At this time, the Death Star was also completely completed, so Orson attacked the holy city of Jeddah first. The holy city of Jeddah was destroyed in an instant, and the violent explosion continued to spread. The ground was lifted, forming a boundless tsunami that swallowed everything on the ground. Andal escapes in the spaceship. Orson was summoned by Davis to be responsible for the Death Star's attack on Jeddah. Orson seeks his support to meet the Sith.
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations, Director.
When the Rebel Alliance learned that the Death Star had been successfully developed, some people's hearts began to shake. But at this moment Jones was ignited to fight. After all, his parents were killed by the Empire, and if he wanted revenge, he had to get the blueprints to destroy the Death Star. At the same time, it also kept a glimmer of hope for the Allies, so a group of warriors volunteered to form a ranger team, and went to the planet Scarif. Successfully entered the heavily fortified Imperial military base. Jones and Andal sneak into the base in disguise, looking for the database that stores the Death Star blueprints. Others lurk around the base and detonate bombs as a signal. The Imperial stormtroopers were dispatched urgently. The Empire sends out AT-AT walkers to break through the Confederate defenses. The Allied forces retreated. The powerful firepower and heavy armor of the AT-AT walker. Malbus anti-armor RPGs failed to damage the AT-AT walkers. The AT-AT walker was destroyed by several fighters. The entire Confederate army came to support the Ranger squad. Jones and Andal at the base also found the database storing the design drawings.